especially with the social distance. Family time is important. We encourage everyone, if you don't need to come to the ER, to the hospital, please stay at home.
Right.
Please practice that, your hygiene, safety hygiene, washing your hands for at least 20 seconds, using hand sanitizer. Even though we use the hand sanitizer, we still have to wash our hands, because that stays on, the hand sanitizer stays on our hands for a while. So make sure to wash that off for at least 20 seconds. Just staying indoors. I mean, you could do so many fun things at home. If you don't feel sick, don't come to the ER. If you have a little cut, you could put a Band-Aid on it. You don't
put Band-Aid on it. Put some peroxide, right?
You don't need to come to the ER for, a little stub toe. And I've seen it, people come to the ER because, they bump their toe and it hurts. Things is crazy right now. So we don't really, need to deal with that when there's so many other things that's going on. Of course, if you have a fever that lasts for a long time and it's over 100, you have a cough, you know the symptoms, seek medical attention. Call your doctor and let them decide, okay, maybe you do need to go to the ER to get tested. Just remember that the test does take a little while to come back, and if you are tested, you have to quarantine yourself for at least 14 days. So even if you do not stay in the hospital, quarantine yourself away from your loved ones for at least 14 days or until your results comes back. So it's very, very, very important. Any medical problems or questions, you could always contact your doctor's office. I think they all now have hotlines. But make sure I get all your accurate information from the CDC. I know there's so many things going around, circulating on social media about COVID-19. Be careful what you read. Some of them might be true and some are not, but your accurate information will come directly from the CDC.
Right. And what's your position in the medical field? So, because I have more people that's tuning in, and they're coming in while you're speaking. So what is your background?
Well, currently I'm a paramedic. I'm also going through nursing school at this time. I work in our trauma hospital here in the Treasure Coast in Fort Pierce, in the ER. So we are one of the busiest hospitals here. So, we deal with the traumas. People get bored and, they want to shoot themselves. They're trigger happy.
What?
Or,
really?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been crazy with the traumas that's been going on now. But, just try, they say idle hands gets in trouble so much.
Yeah.
So it's like, just try to do some positive things instead of getting in trouble.
Right, because I think a lot of people are experiencing what they call cabin fever as well.
Yes.
And that's when you're inside of the house for so long because you're so used to moving around and going out. You're not used to being confined.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and that's probably what you're experiencing, that they're bored, so they're getting what they call cabin fever, and it can cause them to do things like that. And it can cause them to get depressed and so that's why I wanted to have this chat so that we can all get on and give our point of views on different things.
Right. Even if you're doing housework at home, things that you've been set aside and now you're able to do these things, do it with cautions because we have people falling off the roof, falling off the attic, so be very, very, very careful, of what you do. Try not to do it by yourself. If you live in a home with, people, let them help. Don't do it by yourself. Don't climb the roof and trying to get down by yourself. Let them hold the ladder. Same thing with going up in the attic because we have a lot of incidents with these people actually falling and breaking a leg or, having something go through their hand and have a big hole and gash. So please be very, very careful.
Exactly. And everything that she says, I concur. And just definitely stay safe, everyone, and just be mindful of your distancing from each other. And we have a few people that's making comments, Rochelle, and I do want to quickly answer some of them. Like Corey Love reporting, she asked me why was I in the car. So the reason I am in the car, I was leaving my office, but I would not have made it in time to go live. So I'm still in the parking lot. So everyone, do not worry. I am not driving. I am parked in the parking lot because I did not want to miss the time I said that I will go on, because I think I got on a little after 12:30. So, so that's why I'm still in the car. So you do have people. I don't know if you can see what they're posting. Rochelle, can you see that?
I can see. I can see some. I'm not wearing my glasses. You reach a certain age.
Okay, well, yeah. But everyone is saying great tips. Thank you for the tips. Good job and everything like that. We have our South Africa family just joined in. Mr. South Africa, he just joined in. Yes, and then we have Miss Runway Tiny says her mom takes her temperature every morning and every night. Is that something that people should do? Should they take their temperature on a regular?
They should, but I also want you guys to be aware that there's a lot of people now that are testing positive with no symptoms at all. So you might not have a cough, you might not have a fever, but yet you test positive. So even, you might be around someone that traveled and you might not know, or that person might be around someone that traveled and they might not know, and both of you come in contact with one another. No one might be showing signs or symptoms. So even though you still have to be very, very careful in regards to knowing that there could be no signs, So
so if they don't have any symptoms and they're not, for them not to come into the ER, how do they know to go in and to get checked, to get tested?
It could be whether they might know a friend, they might be around that may have traveled, or that person may have been around someone that may have traveled, even as simple as in the airport setting or in a very large crowd. And, they might say, you know what, I need to be tested. They're not going to turn, no one away from being tested. You just let them know, well, this is the situation. I did not travel. I do not have a fever or a cough. I was around someone who might be, in that.
Right.
So, you just, it's just, how you feel. And if you feel that, okay, I want to just protect myself and my family, go ahead, get tested.
Right. Okay, got you. Well, thank you, Sister Queen. Thank you, beautiful face. I do appreciate your time and all of your information. And I'm pretty sure they may have other questions. How can they follow you? If anyone has any questions that they want to ask, how can they follow you?
Well, you can follow me on Instagram at MRC Brand Ambassador Jax. That's MRC Brand Ambassador JAX.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Well, thank you, sweetie. Love you. You be safe.
Yes,
I know your job is ongoing.
Yes.
Get as much rest as you need. Yes, and you just be careful and keep us in the loop so we can share it with our followers in the village. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for having me.
All right,
guys. You be safe. Thank you, South Africa, for tuning in, and can't wait to see you guys.
I know. And we have a new family in Nigeria. Miss Runway Nigeria is the new one. So we're just trying to build the village, but this is not going to stop us from connecting the dots. No, it's definitely not going to stop us. Thank you all for the hearts as well. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go about your day. I'm going to bring in one of my tinies and let them tell us what they're doing, while they are, on this lockdown, since they're not in school.
Awesome. Okay.
All right, don't go nowhere. Just stay on, and we're gonna bring another Sister Queen on.
Okay.
All righty. Okay. Thank you, Rochelle. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. Bye. All right. So we're gonna remove Rochelle, and then we're going to. Oh, thank you all for tuning in. We're getting more people to come in. If you have any questions regarding any of these subjects we're speaking about, our queens are not just about the crown and a sash and beauty and fashion. These young ladies represent our community. Our Mrs. Runway, she is a mental health. She works at a high school. She counsels the students there. That's Tanya Jones. Our ambassador, Rochelle, she's paramedics, and she's also in school to be a nurse, and she works in the ER. Then we have our ambassador, our brand ambassador, Tedra Cameron, who is an educator, a teacher, and she also does, you know, personal development where she can speak with you about motivation and meditation and different things like that. So I just want everyone to understand that this system is bigger than just fashion and beauty and head and crowns and, you know, sashes. We do it all. You know, this is what this is about, you know, and that's why we also have a platform called Queen's Village Radio Show. That is a part of us. And if you have not followed us, then go to Queen's Village Radio Show and follow us. And that is a radio show that we created. It's a platform where we acknowledge all queens. And you don't necessarily have to be a pageant queen, but a queen that's doing amazing things in the community. And we also need our kings, you know, so kings out there that's doing amazing things, follow us as well. So we definitely want to, you know, shine the light on everyone. So what I want to do is I want to bring on one of my my queens, my teens, or my queen, Tiny, or my tween. So I'm going to see which one I can grab and bring them on so they can share with us what are they doing and how are they working with being off from school. What are some of the things that they're doing? So I'm trying to reach Miss Runway Tween, Asia Centel 2019. And let her come on and see so she can tell us what she's doing.